Be a top 5 list of major One Piece characters who I feel like they don't need to survive the ending. And what I mean by that is that their deaths would not ruin the end of the story. I'm not saying I want them to die. I'm not saying they should die or need to die. I'm just saying they don't have to die. They don't have to stay alive. Number 5 is Emu. I think One Piece, we've forgiven a lot of bad guys, but this is like the main bad guy going back 800 years has done. Probably the most evil out of literally anyone in the story. Just don't see us walking away from this story and Emu being alive. For Sabo, I just feel like there's nothing about him that really needs to live. I feel like we've already lost one older brother and he's followed Ace's footsteps very closely. I could totally see him going out in the final war and Luffy having to sort of like have a growth moment in how he reacted to Ace's death at the end of the first half of the story in Marineford versus Sabo's death at the end in the final saga / conflict. Trafalgar Law, he could die just because there's like that Chekhov's gun of the whole immortality surgery that he could use to do something. Like a self-sacrifice would be like a good growth moment for his character who's like been growing out of like a type of selfishness and edginess into a more character with a lot more like heart to him. Being said, I don't think it's like a Chekhov's gun in the sense that it has to happen, like he has to sacrifice himself. It could be that the reason that plot point is there is just to give context for perhaps Emu or someone else receiving that surgery in the past. It was Usopp. Usopp wants to be a brave warrior of the sea, and I think Usopp has been a brave warrior of the sea the whole time of the story, right? He always overcomes his fears and his self-doubts and becomes essential to the crew in many different arcs throughout the story. Enies Lobby, Thriller Bark, Alabasta, Dressrosa, Wish It Were Wano. Wish it happened in the last 200 chapters, but that's okay. But I think what we're going to see with Usopp is he could die. I'm going to say he will die. I think he thinks that a proud warrior's death would give him that vindication as a warrior of the sea. So his arc could be towards him realizing, oh, I actually have been this the whole time and I don't need to die and my friends can save me. But at the same time, when a character has a quote where he's literally like, yeah, I can look back in my life and die and be happy that I've accomplished my dream, we're not going to sit here and act like that is not possibly a death flag, or that if the character did die, it would be bad writing. Number 1 is Luffy. Luffy has been playing with his lifespan for the entire story, and when you have a protagonist in anime who's constantly shortening their lifespan with this ability or that ability or overcoming poisoning, etc., if it doesn't pay off at some point in the story, it is kind of cheap. It's like you just gave a free power-up with like a fake cost, low-key. And he's also following the footsteps of Goldie Roger and other people who died smiling.